going on, YouTube? It's Prince. You back with another video. Now, like I said in the intro, this is not a video of me bashing Stephen Curry's ability. This is not a video of me downplaying just how great the Golden State Warriors are just because I'm a Bulls fan. This is a video of me telling you about the economic and business reasons why it is important for Stephen Curry to be held in a higher regard than a LeBron James and a Kevin Durant. There's a reason why ESPN and all these sports outlets are telling everyone that he's the greatest player in the world right now. Now, has he earned the right to be called that? Hell yeah. You know, you can make a case for it. Definitely. But let's delve into this. What is the NBA doing right now? They're trying to globalize the game. We're seeing basketball without borders programs. We're seeing NBA games being done overseas in Europe and in Asia as well. So, one of the most common things about being international and overseas in so many countries is one of the big things that dwarfs people perception of the sport of basketball is that if I'm not tall, I can't play. And as a guy who lives in Japan, that is definitely something that is basically been hammered into the conscious of a lot of young Japanese fans, players, or people who are just curious about the game. They think that if you're tall, they're just going to get dominated the entire game. Well, this is not true. We've been taught this throughout history. Some of the greatest players in history, well, even if you were to go top 10, 90% of those players are less than 7 feet tall. But if you were to ask the average Japanese person, or I would say even a lot of folks in China, Malaysia, just almost anyone from any Asian country, you know, how big do you think the top 5 greatest players were? How tall do you think they were? And they will just think of this astronomical number, or they'll Google how big was Michael Jordan because everybody knows who he is. But the fact of the matter is, there's such a Napoleon complex towards the sport that people go, oh, well, there's just no point in playing. And a lot of that was created during the inception of basketball, which is because back in the day, for those of you youngest who don't know, there was no 3-point line. None. There was no 3-point line. The only way to score was to get your ass in the paint and actually, you know, make some layups or some shots, basically, back in the 60s and all that. And you go, well, how can people still hold on to that mindset? Well, you know, when your grandpa and everybody keeps telling you, don't play that sport because da-da-da-da-da-da. And when you got these millionaire guys who are oil owners and shit, and you go, well, you need to invest in a basketball team, and it's stuck in their head because when they were kids, oh, well, I don't want to play basketball. I want to have a soccer team because that's the sport I like, you know. And also there's not that much Asian representation. I think Jeremy Lin, the only motherfucker that they got for real, you know. So how can you pique people's interest in the game? Well, here comes this guy. He's not the most visually intimidating guy, but he's so skilled that shit, no one's gonna argue if you call him the greatest in the game right now. You know, he just broke Michael Jordan's and the Chicago Bulls season record. You know, he's not that tall. He's 6'1", and ever since Allen Iverson, there hasn't been a guy of this short of a stature that's dominated the game on this level. And the only knock on Iverson dominating the game was he didn't win a ring. Kobe and Shaq destroyed the 76ers that year, and he just wasn't the same after that. You know, the 76ers as a team wasn't the same after that. Stephen Curry is the first player since Iverson to dominate the game, that to be this short, you know, and he dominates it in a way that, you know, it's unquestionable. He's known for his 3-point shooting, but he'll get in the paint, he'll take some hits, you know, he'll dunk it, he can do everything that a big man can do, but his arsenal is more it's more tailored for if you're a shorter player. You know, it gives hope to people who aren't, you know, 6'6", 6'8" like a LeBron, or damn near 7 feet tall like KD or Anthony Davis. You know, Stephen Curry is very important in the globalization of the game. You know, you got young kids. They done brought Muggsy Bogues back to go to some of these countries and show off. Hey, I was in the league and I'm shorter than your little ass. You know, NBA wants to globalize the game. They're going to make more money off basketball. NBA has the best basketball in the world, but the problem is you got these young kids who are so intimidated to actually get up and love and play this game. That's why soccer is so globally recognized, because your height doesn't necessarily matter in that game. And when you've got a guy the size of Steph Curry dominating a game that's been traditionally and historically dominated by 6'6" and 7 foot tall guys, it gives hope to young guys like, hey, I need to try to be like that guy, you know. And I get it, you know, Stephen Curry may be, you know, this tyrant, you know, but like you could make an argument if you look at the numbers side by side with Jordan that he is that dude. He's the man right now. But they dominate the game in different ways, you know. So I'm not saying he's Jordan. I'm just saying that he dominates the game in a way reminiscent to the way Mike did. But the only difference is Jordan had people shook. Like, people were literally terrified to play against him. Stephen Curry doesn't necessarily scare anybody, but that's almost the same effect of when you go to a basketball court. You know, you got the big ass brothers there. You got maybe the one random white dude, and you got, you know, little Asian dude there. You know, not the most intimidating guy, but if he start raining threes and shooting like Steph Curry, you go, oh shit. You know, I think Curry's size and his skill set are more relatable to more fans than a LeBron and a KD, which will help globalize the game and in turn sell more jerseys, sell more tickets internationally. If they do a game in China and the Golden State Warriors is on the thing, if you put Warriors versus Clippers for a game in China, you already know. I'm telling you the truth. They're globalizing the game and using Stephen Curry's size to appeal to, you know, countries where majority of the inhabitants aren't 7 foot tall, you know, guys that can dominate the paint. That's all I got. Let me know what y'all think.